Hey everyone, this is Dark Sprite 34. Just want to start off with saying I'm really glad you all liked episode 29, Cataclysm Part 2. I, for one, am sick and tired of saying Cataclysm Part 2. I'm sick and tired of typing out Cataclysm Part 2. And after all that time, typing it over and over and over again, saying it over and over and over again, has not improved my spelling. Every single time I spelled that word, first try, I spelled it wrong. Anyway, once again, I appreciate all your comments on Cataclysm Part 2. Critical, positive, negative, whatever. But, not everyone took too kindly to the Cataclysm story arc. If you guys don't know this, last year, I entered Cataclysm Part 1 in the Brick Filmers Guild contest thingy hosted by the Four Monkeys. You may think, oh, you're probably implying that you didn't win anything, but you were nominated or at least got an honorable mention. I was sitting there watching their result, the video that showed their results and who they thought deserved all these, who they thought deserved to be in all these categories, and not even they had a superhero category. I didn't even make that. So watching it, I'm like, yeah, I'm kind of mad. But I thought to myself, alright? I thought to myself, and I went, okay, there's obviously personal taste. I just wanted to place, maybe for best screenplay or cinematography, but I guess they thought the other ones were better, including those that got an honorable mention. But it's okay. I know some of you were thinking, what? Cataclysm Part 1 was amazing. I'm like, hey, personal taste, guys. They didn't really like it. Hell, maybe they even hated Cataclysm Part 1. Whatever, I don't really know. But it's personal taste, so it's okay. And it's probably just coincidence that I looked at Cataclysm Part 1 before I entered it in the contest, and I said, you know what? I like this episode. And it's been a long while since I could look at something after a couple of months and go, you know what? I like this. I like what I've created. And it's been so long, because I don't think too kindly of my past work. Because every single time the longer I work on this, the further away that all seems, and the harder it is for me to look back on that, because that is the past and everything. So that's pretty much a little chronicle of how I was thinking and whatnot. I feel like I've said this already on a commentary or something. So I actually looked at episode 28, and I went, you know what? Can I just like something I make for once? And I like Cataclysm Part 1. I like it. And I'm going to enter it in this contest along with that crappy trailer thingy I made. Yeah. But, it got nothing. Wasn't nominated for anything. Excuse me. And it didn't. No honorable mention, no anything. So I guess Cataclysm Part 1 was technically My Dark Knight Rises. It certainly should have been nominated for some of these categories, but for some reason it did not, and it's kind of bizarre. I'm not talking about, best film, I'm talking just about special effects or something, but whatever. I realize it's not that. It's personal taste. The Academy has personal taste, and the Four Monkeys have personal taste, and they just didn't like the way my stuff tasted. Yeah. Anyway, moving on. It has come to my attention, thanks to the YouTube user known as DoTheBartman100, that for the last 4 years or so, all of the episodes have had the wrong number on them. Now, this is a thought that has crossed my mind a couple of times throughout the years. Like, what if I counted all of this wrong? And apparently, yeah, that is true. If you don't know what episode started this whole thing, it was episode 12. I believe this is what some older Star Trek episodes went through. I'm not sure. Some of them had the same episode number, but a different I don't remember how it goes. But essentially, I had a different episode title, the different being Revenge of Scorpion Part 1 and Revenge of Scorpion Part 2, but I had episode 12 behind both. Now, if I had already established the format of these episodes, okay, it's going to be the same episode number, but the titles are going to be different, then it would have been okay. But the previous the episodes that preceded episode 12 didn't follow that format. They followed the different title, different episode number. Framed by a Mystery Part 1, Episode 9 or whatever. Episode 10, Framed by a Mystery Part 2. And Episode 11, Framed by a Mystery Part 3. I've already established that that's the format I should be going with, and I was going with, and I screwed it all up, and I hadn't noticed it for about 4 years until Do the Bartman 100 told me about it, and I feel really stupid. But this gives me an opportunity to present something else that might be a kind of a problem here with the episode count and the length. As you all know, episode 29 is pretty friggin' long. If you guys don't know how long, it's essentially the same length as Season 1. So, yeah. If you actually look in the Season 1 playlist, it's an hour and a half. Just about an hour and a half. A little under. And so is episode 29. They're like the exact same length. That is ridiculous, guys. I have a problem. Now, my solution, my alternative for this, is to reformat episode 29. The video will still be up, but I think I should probably reformat it for newer subscribers to who can digest all this stuff easily. Another upside to reformatting it is that there's more episodes for Season 3, and I can save more ideas for Season 3 and not have it all feel jumbled up near the end and the beginning of Season 4. So it's all organized and such, so I'm not stretching for ideas in Season 3 and Season 4. Don't ask me how that makes sense. It just does for what I have planned. Just more ideas to spare. That's good. That's really good. Now, what I might do for episode 29 is have it unlisted, and what that means is you can watch it, but only if you have a link. And I can post a link somewhere in the channel description. The video will still be there, your great comments will still be there, and yeah. I think I can split about 3 episodes out of Cataclysm Part 2. Just about 3 episodes. Which adds 2 episodes to Season 3. And actually these numbers are plus 1. So it's not episode 29, it's episode 30, Cataclysm Part 2, episode 31, Cataclysm Part 3, and episode 30. You get it. I'm kind of lost here because I didn't write any of this stuff down. So more episodes for Season 3, more episodes for the series overall, and more ideas for Season 3 and Season 4. Does that work out great? Or, you know, because here's the downside. That's actually extremely difficult to do because the way Cataclysm Part 2 is structured in the actual editing program doesn't allow it to be split up into like 3 pieces. The way it's structured, the scenes, the video files, the audio files, everything is structured to be just one thing. That's very inaccessible and very inefficient on my part. I apologize, but that's just how the episode just came together. There's pieces of audio and video all over the timeline, and it's very messy and very difficult to organize. And hopefully, for future videos, all that stuff can be organized. Because I can title each track on the timeline. I don't know why I rarely do that. I can just click on it and I can title it whatever I want, and it'd be a lot more organized. But I don't know what my problem is. I'm sorry. But that would be very, very difficult on my part. I think it would take me if I just had a free week, I could just split up the episode and then upload it the next week. This isn't something that's going to happen immediately. I think you're going to see results probably by like the early July or something, if I actually go through with this. It's very beneficial to me. It's just kind of difficult to do with other things I have planned. And you may wonder why I haven't done anything in the last 2 weeks, is I'm working on other stuff. So just think about that. I'll gather up a general consensus. Maybe I'll respond to you guys if I kind of feel like it. I don't know. There's something I really wish you would have made this not an issue at all if I were to just look at episode 29 once I finish it and went, you know what? I should split this up because it's way too long. And I don't think I'm ever going to make a video longer than an hour ever again, or even an hour. Or it's just, do you guys want to know how long it took for me to render episode 29? It took me 4.5 hours. Not even in 1080. This is 720. HD. It took me 4.5 hours every single time. Oh yes, every single time. I am implying that I've rendered it multiple times because something went wrong. And that's why after I posted, hey, episode 29 is finished, it took me like 2 more days to actually upload it because there was always something wrong. I had to go back and fix it, render it, wait 4.5 hours again, watch all the way through an hour-and-a-half video to find anything that might be wrong or anything I missed plot-wise, editing-wise, whatever, okay? And yes, I am aware I can highlight different portions of the video and then render that part out. But I have to see how it works against everything else in the video, how it flows and everything. And it flows fairly decently as like just a slice of a movie or something, but honestly, I think I can split this up. The video's not going anywhere, it's just going to be unlisted. If I actually go through with it. Also, it's a pain to upload. I don't know, I think this is part of my bandwidth issue. I live in the United States, and you know our bandwidth isn't the greatest in the world, obviously. And if I'm uploading to a server that's like in California or something, then it's like 0.9 megabytes per second, and that's kind of slow, and it takes even longer to upload than it does to render, which is ridiculous. So if it's a larger file, because episode 29, that's 2 gigabytes. That's a 2 gigabyte video file. And I have terrible upload speed. I have proficient download speed, but my upload speed is awful. So if I ever finish anything and I post I'm going to upload something, it's going to take a while. It's not my fault. It's just my country's fault. And I apologize on behalf of my country that our bandwidth is so crap. Or maybe that's just my own internet provider. I shouldn't really be blaming my country, but that's a kind of a thing here. As for the soundtrack, I probably should have said this earlier, but that involves me going into episode 29 and actually taking audio files out, moving them around, and if I'm actually going to re-upload parts of Cataclysm Part 2, they need to stay where they are, so not all of the soundtracks are going to be released at the moment, just got to get a general consensus on what would be best for the series, adding in more episodes from episode 29, making episode 29 episode 30, which is something I have to do. Like, that's inevitable. Or, you know, I can just screw all that and do absolutely nothing and just have pretty much no ideas for season 3 near the end and just go in season 4 with blah. Still don't know what I'm going to do for episode 30 or 31 or 34. See, this is really confusing. I can't even talk about it because I haven't given it a title yet because I don't know what I'm going to do for it. I have like 3 different ideas, I think. I should be telling Twitter all this stuff, but I just don't know what to Twitter. I created a Twitter account. I don't know what to say. I guess I'm nervous. That concludes the LEGO Spider-Man portion of this video, and now I will move on to just LEGO videos in general that will be put in the BrickBits playlist. So for future reference, guys, I'll probably never ever make Lego versions of popular trailers ever again. I know that's not what I actually did with some of my other videos. They're more parody than anything. But just directly replicating it, I cannot do that. I don't want to do that. It's too much. It's too time consuming, and if I'm going to spend a lot of time on that, I want to at least have my own stamp on what I'm working on. And depending on the trailer, one trailer, yeah, I can do that. But for another trailer, no. Like, truthfully, I was going to try to make a Man of Steel, a Lego version of the Man of Steel trailer, the very first one that they released. I'm like, yeah, that's doable. That can stretch my talents a bit far, but yeah, I can do it. And then when I actually had time to work on it, they released the second trailer, and I looked at that, and I'm just like, yeah, no, I'm not going to make that. That's just, no. So, and if anyone else out there actually went on to actually make that, and it looks good for you, but I just can't do it. It's too time consuming. It's too much to replicate. It's a bunch of scenes taken out of context, and I have to overanalyze every single scene and build everything in that scene. Just for a 5-second scene, it's a little ridiculous. If I am gonna like put all this stuff together for like a short scene, like, I want it to be something of my own, or something I put my own stamp on, and not just something someone else did themselves. And there's also, what do I do with the audio? Because The audio comes from the movie, and the movie is owned by the studio. Isn't there a copyright issue somewhere in there, especially with the trailer music, depending on the trailer music, and the voices from the actual movie? And sounds from the movie, so that's another issue altogether. Also, I actually wanted to make like Lego versions of scenes because I noticed some other Lego animators doing the same thing. No, I will not do that. For the same reason, I will not do Lego versions of trailers. Too time consuming, copyright issues involved with that. No way, Jose. And one last reason. This is probably the biggest reason out of all of them. The internet is kind of oversaturated with this kind of stuff. And I try to be careful over what I choose to do. You can say, well, Reggie, there's a lot of Dark Spidey. You may say, Dark Spidey, there's a lot of Lego Spider-Man stuff out there. Yeah, why do you think there is? Because of me. No, not because of me. Okay, yeah, I probably had some part in that, but not for the excessive bulk that I see right now. It's definitely because of the Amazing Spider-Man. I saw this coming, like, because I was going. It was great, you know. I didn't have anything to compete with. Marvel Spider-Man comic books was doing really weird stuff that no one liked. The movie was like getting rebooted, so there'd be a while before we'd see another one. I'm just like, yeah, this is great, you know. It's all to me now. This is awesome. A lot of pressure, but whatever. Then like after the Amazing Spider-Man came out, and they released like another Lego version of Spider-Man. That you can buy in stores, all of a sudden, all this other stuff comes out of the woodwork, and they have like thousands, hundreds of thousands more views than them. I'm just like, crap! It's just back where we started 5 years ago. I hate this. No, I'm really upset. No, I'm not really that upset. It's fine, you know. I mean, I can tell people try to title whatever they've made around the thing I've made. Because I called my thing The Amazing Lego Spider-Man, which has an absolutely beautiful ring to it. But everyone's just like, oh crap, we already took that name. Okay, I'll do Lego The Amazing Spider-Man. And, like, I've seen other people with that same exact video title, and it just cannot be a coincidence. I've been here for half a decade, alright? That cannot be a coincidence. I'm not going to take credit for anything. I'm not saying they liked or watched my video or whatever, but, you know. So yeah, I'm kind of drowning in my own crap right now. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I'm just drowning in Spider-Man right now because of this. And I'm not going to tell them to stop. They can do whatever they want, but it's just kind of a fact. Oversaturation isn't a good thing sometimes, most of the time. And that's also why I'm not going to make any like Lego Star Wars videos. That's like, you know what? In comparison to Lego versions of trailers, in comparison to Spider-Man, Lego Star Wars, primarily a Lego Star Wars video, I will never, ever do that. I know there was some Lego Star Wars stuff in the Comic-Con video I made last year, but that took place in a world where Star Wars was fake. It was a fictional world, not where Star Wars was a real world, and I'm making fun of it. That's in my opinion, the most oversaturated Lego property, or Lego toy line, or licensing whatever on the internet, like, ever. There is way too much Lego Star Wars stuff just in general. I mean, if you wanted to buy all of that, I think that's like hundreds of thousands of dollars, I think, because that stuff gets so expensive because the sets are so huge. And every time they come out with a new set, like every second, every time I take a breath, they come out with a new one. It's expensive and huge, and I go, yeah, don't get me wrong, I kind of want to buy it, but for God's sakes, guys, slow it down. Everyone, and these guys on YouTube, they inexplicably obtain one, not one, but many of them. I'm just like, how do you have like five Lego walkers or 5 Lego super duper dreadnought class Star Destroyers? I'm just making stuff up at this point, but you understand where I'm coming from. You're just like, how do you get those? What? How? Whatever. So I'm not gonna be making any Lego Star Wars videos, like, ever. No, guys, there's nothing I can contribute to the conversation. We get it, all right? The original trilogy is the best, and the prequels suck. I'm sorry. Just so much going on right now. So that's I think that's it for general videos. Thank you for watching. Just let me know what you think about that idea, and then I'll make a decision on it via Twitter, I think. I don't know. Whatever. Bye. Also, yay, 1,000 subscribers. Only took me half a decade to get that much. No, I appreciate it. Yay, 1,000 subscribers. Yay, everyone. Thank you all. Thank you for 1,000 people watching my stuff. Okay, bye.